let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Flex. Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from 2 to the half of the 5. Mondays to Fridays happening live. Where we gon' have a ball, you can text your guys. Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. Are you ready for the Traffic Avenue? Let me tell you what you really gotta do. You can count on us, we come through. We got everything you need, that's true. An applause for the Traffic Avenue.
Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, Traffic Avenue. Oh yeah. Welcome to the Traffic Avenue.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Tonight, I'm here with
Akosia Ochre.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
Alice, let me see my brother before you take him. Let me show that cesarean to you. Let me show you. Let him come and let me show you. My brother is on the cesarean. You have to take medicine. It's inside. We have not forgotten that. Then you take us and then you say that. Our parents don't even know where we are.
About 40 members of Pressure Group Democracy Hub who demonstrated over the weekend are remanded to police custody by the court for 2 weeks. We'll be hearing from their lawyers and also a reporter who is there. Also coming up, the Sports Minister gives breakdown of $3 million expenditure on the AFCON by the Ghana Black Stars and more. He was summoned to Parliament to answer questions by a group of journalists that petitioned the House. And later on the show, freight forwarders in Tema gave shipping lines 2 weeks to solve their issues or face more demonstrations. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Trafigura petitions Finance Minister over $134 million judgment debt. We'll tell you more.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a number of affiliate stations. In the Western region, for instance, we are live on Adwinpa 100.7 FM in Takwa. We are also on Sky Power 93.5 FM in Takoradi and Beach 105.5 FM also in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Ashanti region, we are on Adwinpa 99.9 FM in Nkawie. In the Volta region, we are on Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe and Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakopa. In the northern region, we are on Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba. In Upper West, we are on Quality 88.7 FM in Garu. In the Northeast region, we are on Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalirugu. We are live on citynewsroom.com. That's our website. We are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. Just look for the Citi FM handle there. If you want to send messages to the show, 0549 986 996. That's a WhatsApp number, 0549 986 996. You can also send tweets using the hashtag Citi Newsroom or Eyewitness News. My handle is at Umaru Sanda. You can also send your message to at Citi973. Let's settle for details of our stories now. And since Saturday, a group of demonstrators have been on the streets of Accra, particularly the 37 area, where they have been demonstrating on a number of issues. The police allowed them on Saturday, but on Sunday, the police began to round them up, and over 30 of them were arrested. As of yesterday, which was the last day of the demonstration, over 40 were arrested. Today, in a marathon hearing, they were sent to court, and almost, if not all of them, have been remanded. That's what Hansen Ajiman, our court correspondent, has been sending us to our newsfeed. Let me go to him now for more. Hansen, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Tell us more on what's been happening, where the court has been sitting, and which people have been showing up.
So sittings are done as we speak. 40 persons were brought to the circuit court. Now, the circuit court is situated directly opposite the Supreme Court building. The number of courts within the circuit court building, and so the hearings were held in Circuit Court 6 and Circuit Court 10. There were about 4 batches of hearing, and so Circuit Court 10 just had to deal with one batch of 9 persons, and Circuit Court 6 dealt with all the other cases. And so it first dealt with 10 sets of people who were part of the demonstration, who are alleged to have involved in disruptive activities that amounted to illegal actions. And the charges for which they were arraigned on included conspiracy to commit crime, that's unlawful assembly, unlawful damage to property, assault on a public officer, as well as offensive conduct conducive to the breach of peace. Their pleas were taken, that is the first 10, and they all pleaded not guilty to these charges. Their lawyer then requested the court to grant them bail, arguing that these 10 persons have a place of abode in Accra, and that they have their own businesses they are running. And if that is not the case, they are gainfully employed in reputable companies. However, prosecution disagreed with this plea, and the judge agreed with prosecution to remand these persons into police custody. So 10 persons were remanded into police custody at Court 7 initially, and then simultaneously 9 persons were remanded into custody at Court 10, which brought the number to 19. Another 9 were then arraigned at Court 6. They went through the same process, and at the end of the day, they were remanded into police custody. That brought the number to 28. And 12 persons were now arraigned as the final set. Out of these 12 persons, one of them was absent. She, according to prosecution, was given police inquiry bail, and she was supposed to transport herself to court, but she did not make it to court, and so prosecution then requested for a bench warrant for her arrest. Then the other 11 were taken through the process. However, before their pleas could be taken, their lawyer indicated that they've not had the opportunity of seeing the charge sheet, and so they will want some adjournment to consider the charge sheet and advise their clients accordingly. They initially prayed for a day's adjournment. However, the court adjourned to October 8th and then remanded them into prison custody. So the last set of 11 people whose pleas were not taken were remanded into prison custody. One person out of that did not appear in court. She had been granted police inquiry bail, and she had a bench warrant has been issued for her. And so the police will be doing the necessary arrangements to arrest her and send her to their custody or produce her in court for the court to give a pronouncement on what should be done to her. Cumulatively, it means that 40 persons were expected to be arraigned in court today. 39 out of those 40 persons were arraigned, and all those 39 persons have been remanded. 11 of these persons have been remanded into prison custody, and the rest into police custody.
I see. Any sign of Oliver Bakavoma, the leader of the group? Do we know much about what happened to him?
Well, we have not heard much. The police are not speaking to us on that, and we've not seen him here either. There's also one person who the lawyer actually said it was because of her he came. That is Felicity Nelson, who is one of the conveners of the Fix the Country movement. She also was not in court. The police have not spoken to us. The prosecution has not spoken to us. And so we are unaware the whereabouts of these two persons. And we don't know what will be done to them or when they will be arraigned or even if they've been granted police inquiry bail.
Considering that you had two courts to shuffle between, is it possible that they may have brought Oliver Bakavoma within the courts, one of the other courts that you may not have been in, and he possibly would have been either remanded or granted bail? Is that possible?
Well, we have compared notes with a number of other court correspondents who were stationed in the other courts, and they did not cite him. Again, as I indicated, we spoke to the lawyer who gave indication that these people were not brought to court.
Talk to me about outside the courtroom and even inside the courtroom. Did these people have people come to support them, say in solidarity, maybe family members? What was the atmosphere like?
Well, it's difficult to say if these persons indeed were family members. But of course, there were some people who were outside eagerly awaiting what will happen. Of course, I'm sure these are persons who are sympathetic towards the cause of the accused person. Inside the courtroom, anytime the accused persons are remanded and are being transported to the police vehicle, we hear some wailing and shouts from some persons outside the court premises, which we rightfully assume to be the accused persons and also persons who had come to the police, to the court premises to observe proceedings. I must say that there was a great security detail here at the Court of Appeal. There were about 2 or 3 buses from the police and other police vehicles with a number of police officers counting over 40 who had come to the Court of Appeal to ensure that Tuesday's court proceedings go without anything untoward happening.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Hansen. That's Hansen Ajiman, is our correspondent in the courts, covering for us the aftermath of the arrest and arraigning of some 40 demonstrators who were on the streets on Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday, protesting against a number of things. The police rounded them up and took them to the courts. And today, as you've heard, 39 of them have been remanded into police custody. They are going away for 2 weeks. And that's the latest information that we have on the Democracy Hub group protest. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. We are also live around the globe on citynewsroom.com. So the arrests were effected at the 37 intersection in Accra, where they had gone to embark on a demonstration. The police arrested all of them, took them to various cells in Accra, and today they were presented in court. And like you've heard from the circuit courts, they were variously remanded. Let's understand from the lawyer's perspective what has been happening and what the plan is to do next. Noah Adamte is one of the lawyers representing these persons who were arrested. They are part of a group called Lawyers for Protest Defense. He's joined me on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
So our reporter just explained to us that the hearings were in two separate courts. I don't know how you made your own arrangements. Do you have one lawyer representing one group in one courtroom? What was the arrangement today like? And talk to me generally about the conduct of the prosecution and also the issues that came up in court.
Okay, so yes, so the arrangement two different courts, Circuit Court 6 and Circuit Court 10 in Accra. And as you mentioned, the Lawyers for Protest Defense, we are a group that have decided to dedicate our time to provide legal services to persons who may be arrested for protest. So we have a number of available, so we were spread across different courts today. So we had about 6 of us in Court 6 and somewhere around the same number in Court 5. So whilst the cases were ongoing, we were in the different courts representing the arrested persons. So in Court 6, which is the court that I was in, the arrested persons were brought in 3 batches. So there was a first batch of about 9 persons, then a second batch also of around 9 persons, and I think somewhere around 6 for the last batch of persons. So Attorney General representing the someone from the Attorney General's department, the state attorney representing the state, brought the charges against the accused persons. So the charges were read to them, and all of them pleaded not guilty. And so we went ahead to move an oral motion for the grant of bail. But for all of the 3 persons that were brought, the 3 batches at Court 6, the applications were denied by the judge. And the same happened in the 3 other cases that were before the court at Court 10. So the court adjourned for the next date to be on 8th October 2024. So that is mainly transpired in court today.
I see. Granting of bail is a discretion that is exercised by the judge, but it would also be dependent on how convincing you, the counsel, would be and the evidence and arguments you would put forth to explain why your clients deserve to go home to their families. Is it the case that you could not prove that they may not be a flight risk and they may not go and interfere with police investigations and all the other issues that would come up in the consideration for whether or not bail be granted?
Yes, so as you rightly mentioned, the grant of bail is discretionary, but the jurisprudence of this country suggests that there is a person in favor of the accused person when a motion for bail is moved. So although traditionally it is the accused person, the lawyers, that will move for bail, the court should be inclined to grant it unless there's that flight risk. So today we were able to present to the court first on human rights violations, where these people have been denied access to their lawyers, access to their families, access to food and water, and most of them have been subjected to inhumane treatment, including beatings with marks on their bodies. We also had instances of persons who are, one lady who was diabetic, for instance, and also asthmatic, who has been in custody since Sunday without family or with lawyers. So it brought all of these under a human rights argument that we cannot trust the state and its agencies to take care of these people. And so remanding them to the custody of the state will be basically subjecting them to that same condition they have been under since their time of arrest. And then we also went into the Act 30 to discuss with the court that the conditions the court will take into consideration, such as whether the person will commit an offense when he is granted bail, whether the person has a fixed place of abode and sureties. Court that there were people in consistent sureties for these people. their fixed place of abode and all of that. So there was no stone left unturned. It was the AG's argument that there will be a flight risk without providing any reason. I think the only reason that she mentioned was that there was no firm indication that the people actually lived at the places that we informed the court that they had their fixed place of abode. And that is surprising because aside the fact that the police took their caution statement at which they asked them where they live and at which they were asked the jobs that they do. Also, even beyond that, we should also have it in our minds that the court cannot say that because we have not demonstrated that they actually live at those places, when these persons have not been allowed access to their phones, access to anyone to confirm any of these things, or even conference with their lawyers, then the court's now imposing that burden on the accused persons that they have failed to demonstrate that they actually very worrisome. So we did what we could, and we are hoping that subsequently, if we regroup and we decide that we would appeal the decision of the court, another court will look at the same arguments and the facts, and then possibly that court will give a different decision. Which means that there's a consideration for going the human rights angle at the court or at the High Court. Yeah, we will consider that, but because at this time we are not really into the merits of the matter, because the case was today basically was the arraignment, and then we used the opportunity to ask for bail. So now it's been that is will commence to prove the guilt of the accused person. Proceedings will really commence. So we will be waiting for that. But then there are clear violations of human rights by the police and the protesters. So definitely we are considering filing a separate case against the state and then the IGP on the abuses of the rights of these persons who are arrested. I see. What about the leadership of the group? Our reporter says he did not see them. Do you know whether or not there's a plan for them to come to court later, or they were brought in a different court? Yeah, so I think the leadership of Democracy Hub and then the Fix the Country group, I think most of them were brought today. It was just Oliver Bakavoma who was not presented to the court today, who was not arraigned. And our indication is that, Oliver turned himself in just yesterday, and the police have 48 hours within which to present him to court. We are of the opinion that they are trying to just keep him within the 48 hours. So instead of bringing him, I would rather want to bring him tomorrow, so that at least he would have stayed beyond today and then be brought tomorrow. So it will be within the 48 hours, but that is more inconvenience to him. So I believe that is what the state is trying to do. So he wasn't brought today. I understand. Okay. Sorry, we are losing you there, but thank you so much. I think you've done a fair job. Explain to us what happened. Thank you so much for speaking to us here. You're welcome. That's Noah Adamte. He is a lawyer, a member of a group of lawyers called Lawyers for Protest Defense. He and other lawyers were representing about 40 members of the Democracy Hub group who were arrested by the police and paraded in courts today to be arraigned, and they were charged and remanded. 39 of them remanded into police custody and prison custody to reappear in 2 weeks. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll be back with more. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Hi, Aku. I've just got the estimate for the home repairs. It's more than we expected. I'm really stressed about where to find the money.
Why worry, Musa? You are a salaried worker. Haven't you heard about the GCB personal loan promo? They can give you up to 700,000 Ghana cedis in less than 24 hours at a significantly reduced interest rate and fees.
Really? This sounds exciting, but is it easy to apply?
Super easy. Skip the stress. Get the cash with the GCB personal loan promo with a 1-month repayment holiday. Just visit a GCB bank branch near you or call 0302-634-922. Toll free 0800-422-422. No hassle, no stress.
Wow, I just got a notification. The loan is already in my account. That was fast.
Skip the stress and get the cash you need with GCB personal loan. Visit a branch near you today. Terms and conditions apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Google me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car. Why you buy new car? No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go, the go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
It's time to dream big. The Public Employment Center near you can help unlock the potential of your business. Are you starting a business, looking for the right job, or seeking guidance on your career path? The Labor Department got this.
Empower your dreams. The future is bright. The Labor Department is guiding your light. Empower your dreams. The future is bright. Your Labor Department is doing things right.
The Labor Department office in Ghana is dedicated to promoting fair labor practices, protecting workers' rights, supporting job placements, empowering individuals, and empowering female business owners through its services and initiatives. Empower your dreams. Make them come true. Your Labor Department has free business coaching for micro business owners or entrepreneurs. Visit the Public Employment Center in Accra, adjacent Kempinski Hotel, or call 053-9165-608 today to register for free business coaching on entrepreneurship, financial literacy, digital marketing, etc. The Labor Department, your free employment services provider.
Hey, is that cool? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This is the Election Bureau. Let's do some politics-related stories. And flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, is calling on supporters in strongholds of the governing New Patriotic Party to reconsider their loyalty and back the NDC in the upcoming election. Now, John Mahama says the NDC offers a development-oriented agenda that can bring lasting progress to all parts of the country. During a campaign tour of the Ahafo region, John Mahama indicated that the NDC is ready to tackle the pressing challenges facing the country, such as unemployment and rising costs of living.
NDC so yene punto hene ye banso ne echicha ye kase we anto amame we to mame we anto amame akasa ne yi mu a Anka College of Education for College of Health for you may see 2015.
Everyone wants development, and the NDC is the only party that delivers it. We do not discriminate based on who votes for us. If that was not the case, we wouldn't have put up the colleges of education we built here in 2015. Your grandparents who were affiliated with the other party are dead and gone. You are the ones suffering now. So please, let's not vote based on historical family affiliation, but rather vote for a party and someone like me who will bring progress to our lives.
As flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, let's move away from the NDC camp to the NPP because its flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, says the performance of the NPP government is defined by its ability to implement the free senior high school policy, restore teacher and nursing training allowance, prevent scarcity of fuel products, and a host of others. He made this known during a tour of the Commander Edina Iguafu Abrem constituency.
And your free SHS in one area Bagana. You do free technical and vocational education, so as also. In San Jumano, you Korano to meet Kosuya for free, no more in your certificate. Aba yeju. You the teacher training allowance, no ababio. You the nursing training allowance, no ababio.
Not only have we implemented a free senior high school policy, we have also implemented free technical and vocational education to give skills to our young people. We have restored teacher and nursing training allowance. We have revamped the health insurance scheme and included childhood cancer and catered for sickle cell patients to pay for one of their expensive drugs. The kidney dialysis have also been captured under the health insurance scheme.
Hydroxyurea, National Health Insurance Scheme.
That was the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, still on election-related matters, the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs has admonished members to use their influence to ensure their subjects conduct themselves well and refrain from any form of violence as the country heads to the December polls. The president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nene Sakiti II, who made this call, wants all chiefs to desist from partisan politics but support whoever comes out victorious after the polls. He addressed members of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs at a 2-day training workshop on constitutional and legal basis of chieftaincy in Ghana and litigation.
Also, as Nananu are aware, we will be going into the polls to elect a new president for our nation, Ghana, in December. And I wish to use this opportunity to plead with Nananu to ensure the peaceful conduct of their indigents before, during, and after the elections so as to help maintain the enviable peace Ghana has enjoyed over the years. We must all be ready to support whoever that will be elected on December 7th as our national president. We must also try to be moderate in our utterances and conduct and desist from partisan politics as stated in our constitution. Encourage your politicians to avoid hate speech.
I was president of the Eastern Regional House of Chiefs, Nene Sakiti II. Now, the overlord of the Achime Boakwa State, Osagyefo Amoitia Ofori Penning, speaking to journalists, expressed optimism that this year's elections will be peaceful.
I've said it before. We've done it before. Ghana has done it 8 more times. We're going to do it again. And every time we do it, we always come out successful. Peace is what we need. It's an election. You vote for who you like, who you think will make the best out of your life or improve your situation. And then you go home and wait for the results. I don't think it's something new. We're not new to this, and I think Ghana will prevail and peace will prevail. All right.
That was Overlord of the Achimebwakwa State, Osajefo Amuitia Ofuri Penny. Now, the Ghana Chamber of Telecommunications has announced service disruptions in certain parts of the country due to a fiber cut incident that occurred on September 4, 2024. Affected areas include Makro, Kwapra, Abrepo, and Bremen Corridor. In a statement released today, the Chamber informed the public that although services have been temporarily restored, efforts are underway to fully address the issue. The Chamber also notes that steps have been taken to prosecute those responsible for the fiber cut.
This is Ghana Post 2024. That's the hashtag we are working with. And also Election Bureau. That's another hashtag we are working with. The elections of 2024 coming up on December 7. The Electoral Commission has been preparing towards that. And last week, the Electoral Commission cleared 13 persons to run for the elections or in the elections 2013. It also disqualified 11 of the persons who were hoping to run. One of them is Bernard Mona. He represents the People's National Convention as a flag bearer. He has gone to court over the disqualification. He's joined me on the line. Mr. Mona, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Umar Standa.
First of all, when the disqualification was announced on TV, beyond what was done, did the EC maybe perhaps put a dossier to present to you and say A, B, C, D is why you were disqualified?
Not as you want to do it. As you know, I am an accounts person, and I know that anytime we say there is an error, you have to particularize the error. And for instance, it could be an error of commission, it could be an error of omission or transpositional error. Many types of errors. What the EC did in a letter dated the 13th is this, that they said on pages 9, 10, 37, 39, 42, 46, 50, that it contained incomplete particulars of my supporters. And so we're asked to come and pick the forms in its entirety, in its 4 forms. And we picked the forms. We went, and strangely, you realize that a date is in on one of the second copies. On that page, you put it there. On another one, you realize that inadvertently, you omitted the polling station code. So we corrected those things and returned them to the Electoral Commission on the 14th as they requested us to do. That was all. We've not had any issue with the Electoral Commission. Only for the Electoral Commission to come and say that they are disqualifying us on the basis that we have errors on our forms. And then what are these errors? You never indicated to us. So, yeah, I know that you consider me as a wizard, but my wizardry has not reached a point where I can foresee that there is an error.
Now,
and if there was any error, those were the errors the EC identified for us on the 7 pages that I just mentioned to you. Did we correct them? Yes, we corrected them. So it meant that there was no other error. So how can you come and say that there were errors on our form, and on the basis of that you are disqualifying my candidature?
What if the correction was not satisfactory? It is one thing being asked to come and correct, and another thing making sure the correction is correct. Perhaps you.
So what I was okay.
Maybe you mixed
that.
up.
Since you want,
maybe
since you want to
codes.
Become legalistic, let me also go to that field. What was the specific error that I was supposed to correct on that page?
So if they ask
you
you
just
to
listed pages and told me that incomplete particulars of my supporters. And when I went through the pages, I corrected what we found as incomplete particulars. You cannot come and give me a different set of assumptions.
So after presenting this response or corrections, the EC did not get back to you to say, okay, we've seen your corrections, but we still are not satisfied. That's why we are disqualifying.
No, they actually called Samuel Kwa at 3:29 p.m. on the Saturday, the 14th of September 2024. And he said, our corrected forms have been received. And I said, thank you. And that was the end. So from 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, we didn't hear from the commission. Until I started seeing on some of the aspirant social media handles that the EC is inviting them for a ballot session in the evening at 4 p.m. Then I started calling. I personally called the chairperson, Jean Mensah. I called Samititi. It was Bosman that took my call and told me that he was now getting to the office, but when he gets to the office, he will revert. He is here to get to the office.
Why would you think they disqualify you when others have gone through? Others who perhaps have not even been as active in our political space as you have.
It's amazing that my mother, Ikuya Donko, is seen to be consistent for me.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I lost you there.
I said it's amazing that my mother, Ikuya Donko, is seen to be proficient and effective than me.
What is your point?
She went and picked 3, and she turned the 3 into F. And she is more qualified to be on a presidential ballot box, a paper.
Perhaps because she was very meticulous and got her documents filled properly and didn't have to...
I filled my documents. Listen, the laws require that to qualify to contest for presidential elections, you must be 40 years of age and above. You must be of sound mind. That one, I didn't take psychiatric test. But that you should be 18 years old, a citizen and a registered voter. To be a citizen, I showed proof to the Electoral Commission of my birth certificate, my passport, and my Ghana card. I made photocopies for them. To show that I am a registered voter, I photocopied my voter ID card for them. The Electoral Commission went further to ask for certain documentation. I should have shown proof of 100,000 bankers draft. I gave them the bankers draft of 100,000. They said I should indicate my tax clearance certificate. I got tax clearance certificate from the Ghana Revenue Authority. A part of the question says that I should indicate whether I have any criminal record against me. I got the Ghana police through the CID to do a detailed criminal check report on me, and they submitted to the Electoral Commission. No other presidential candidate would have done these things. I did.
I'm sure all presidential aspirants will need to go through that.
No presidential candidate submitted a CID report. I say this with the vim at my command. No presidential candidate. I did. Myself and my running mate, we did.
So
Umaru, that is why I'm calling for a forensic audit of all the other people that the EC qualified, of their forms. Why? This is just the political market. It's a small space. What my friends in the PPP, the difficulties they were having, I know. What my friends in the CPP, the difficulties they were having, I know. What my friends in the movement and the new force, I know. And they also know if I had any challenges. And we know the specific issues. Why are we doing as if? I know that those who did not have tax clearance certificates and they were given the chance to go and correct them and bring tax clearance certificates after 4 days. I know those that were given time and their lawyers had to write for extension of time so that they will be able to now fill their forms. I know.
Who are these ones? You want to share names?
I have just mentioned all the other political parties to you. And I'm telling you that each one of them with their specific issues, we know each other. We've spoken to each other. And so it is amazing that after you gave me the letter you wrote on the 13th, which I received on the 14th, we responded and corrected the anomalies for you. You did not come back to me. The EC forms, go to page 139 to page 140. When you wanted to determine whether I'm a male or female, you wrote 6. So if I see SIX, what should I take it for? Is it my sex or it's my sex? You can make errors. Let's stop this thing. If there was any statutory infringement, but I did not do any of that. And the EC in announcing, listen, the EC in announcing my disqualification, go and watch the video. First, Jean Mensah that I have known for about 21 years. Since 2003, I've been working with her through the inter-party activities at IE. So my name should not. Jean Mensah struggled to mention my name on the 3 different occasions that she encountered my name on the paper. That is one. Number 2, she indicated that they found several issues with my form, and the committee decided to disqualify me. But with the other people before my name, she said that they gave them the opportunity and they corrected the forms and they qualified them. Now, she could not say whether they gave me the opportunity with the listed error pages and that I corrected them or not. So you write to me, indicate what errors are there, and you come and communicate a different set of errors. How am I going to be held liable for your incompetence?
You notice that a number of your colleagues abandoned the political parties they represent and ran as independent because managing and presenting political parties for the EC usually involves a lot, and so the easier route is to go independent. Why didn't you do that, considering that maybe because you are representing a political party, that would have been difficult?
I am a consummate PNC member. I have always believed that the PNC is the crucible that will deliver Ghana out of its difficulties. And don't forget that I've indicated that instead of using English as our lingua franca, Twi will become our first language, Hausa will become second. And it is something that is being well received. I have indicated that of the natural wealth that this nation generates, we cannot be generating wealth and all the time we give it to the state alone. The citizens must also profit from it. And so if we go and sell gold, we go and sell cocoa, we go and sell our diamond, we go and sell our oil, citizens must have a direct participation in the wealth of these items. And it's getting well received by the citizens. And so I believe that the PNC policies, when articulated in the manner that I've started articulating them, Omar Sanda, you will vote for me.
Unfortunately for you, you'll not be on the ballot, at least not for now. So I'm not even sure I can vote for you.
Oh, it's a temporary hiccup.
What are you telling the court to do for you?
Oh, the court should tell the Electoral Commission that I am a qualified candidate for election 2024 and they should put me on the ballot. It's as simple as that.
Are you also applying for any injunction?
Well, if you have read my thing, you know that everything is in there. Because the court we are praying that the court should tell the EC not to proceed with any further actions on these 2024 elections until mine. And so what does that mean?
Thank you for speaking to us.
It's always a delight to speak to you.
That's Bernard Mona. He's flag bearer of the People's National Convention, one of the 11 persons disqualified by the Electoral Commission into the elections of 2024. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. We'll be going to Tema in a bit where freight forwarders have been demonstrating. But before then, Akosia, do you have other stories for us?
Yes, labor-related issues. Well, labor consultant Austin Game has predicted more labor action in the coming days, attributing same to the expected change in government and the government's poor handling of labor-related issues. A number of labor organizations, including the Colleges of Education Teachers Association of Ghana, CTAG, has served notice on embarking on strike to press home demands for better conditions of service. Speaking to City News, Austin Game, a labor analyst, called on the government to swiftly address the concerns of labor to avert the impact of widespread labor agitations on the economy.
I'm thinking that we'll have a little bit more upheaval, if you don't respond, particularly to some of these things, plus the kind of situation we have even though that is more of political, the Galamsey thing and the election, brouhaha, and all that, it to be a very devastating thing on our hands. I hope they'll be able to address this one within the next 3 days, 4 days. Otherwise, it will be very, very dangerous on our part. Because of the level of mess up in the economic front and the huge indebtedness of government, the fear is that if they have anything left, particularly because people have the feeling that there will be a change of government, they want the present government to bear the responsibility by paying them whatever is due them before they pack out.
That was Austin Game, a labor consultant.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let's go to Tama. Yesterday, we did an interview here where freight forwarders at the port said they were going to embark on a demonstration today over issues they had with shipping lines. Ofosu Apia Kwabna is former president of the Freight Forwarders Association. He's joined us on the line. Mr. Kwabna, welcome to Eyewitness News. How did your demonstration go today? Were you able to, drum home the message you intended to?
Yes, thank you very much, Umar. We did. It was very successful. We drummed home our message perfectly.
And to summarize, the key issues you raised today addressed to who? What were they?
We touched base with almost all the shipping lines that operate within the port. We expressed the problem that over 781 million collected illegal fees collected, devaluation of the cedi due to foreign asset repatriation, skyrocketing costs of importation, unpredictable pricing of traders, and then debt and cargo abandonment at the port as a result of their operations, which is not part of which is not regularized by the shipping authority as per their mandate. Yeah, and then we also indicated what we expected of them, and not them alone, their principals and policymakers to do to abolish arbitrary fees, eliminate demurrage charges on weekends and holidays, negotiate charges with the Ghana Shippers Authority as per the mandate of the Shippers Authority Act and airline, refund unjustifiable or unjustified fees collected so far, provide a 24/7 service so that they will not benefit from fees that they charge when they are not even working. So if they were working, those fees wouldn't have accrued. That is time-related fees. And fees customs house brokerage services because they have waded very heavily into our space, contravening Section 43 of Act 891, and stop charging or indexing their fees, their local services, the fees to local services in dollar. So in a nutshell, Umaru, this is a summary of what we presented to them. Yeah.
Did they appear to listen and agree with you? If they did not, what options are left for you on the table?
So we've given a 14-day ultimatum to see a certain repentance being shown. Omari, you know that we have a very, very effective way of demonstrating in the past. This time we chose to do this, which is not our last resort. If that is why we've called in the policymakers, and I want this conversation to be had with this very underlined group, the policymakers and the regulators in the space, because we are not doing this oblivious of what mandate that they have to make sure these folks operate within confines of our laws. If the rest of us can be beaten by the regulations and laws that are in place by the regulators, one wonders why the shipping line will not be seen to be operating within the ambit of the law.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. We'll return to you in 2 weeks to see what happens.
All right, thank you very much.
That's Kwabna Ofosu Apia. He's past president of the Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. We are also around the globe on citynewsroom.com. There's another story that Akosia has for us. Actually, that would be in the business news, which comes up next. And then we have Point Blank. On Point Blank, we are going to go to the House of Parliament, where today The Minister for Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, was grilled and questioned to explain how $3 million was expended on the AFCON, which we did not really do well anyway. Stay with us.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the whole family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, is that cool? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh.
Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to Ma AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loan so kaka, investment kaka, at the Momo app.
Shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo at 15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply. MTN.
The Births and Deaths Registry beckons all of us to forge a future where each birth is duly recorded and every Ghanaian life is cherished and remembered. To help capture these moments, registration is absolutely free for the first day to 12 months after birth. You are, however, encouraged to register within the first 90 days of a child's birth for timely data capturing to help government plan for the child. Ensure that you present a maternal health record book or weighing card for the registration of births. By registering births, we lay the foundation for progress and prosperity in our beloved nation. Our offices are opened from Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. This message is brought to you by the Births and Deaths Registry under the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, supported by the Public Sector Reform for Results Project and the World Bank. Call 030-3941-222 or visit pdr.gov.gh for further details. From the first cry to bidding farewells, everyone counts. Register now.
Are you ready to turn your dreams into reality? Don't just dream it, own it with a loan from Fidelity Bank. Dreaming of a new home? Own it with Fidelity Mortgage Loan. Dreaming of smelling the scent of a brand new tear rubber car? Own it with Fidelity Auto Loan. Dreaming of getting the latest phone, TV, fridge, furniture, laptop or gaming console? Own it with Fidelity Consumer Asset Finance. Dreaming of expanding your business? Make it a reality with our business loan. Fidelity Bank is offering flexible loans to businesses, salaried workers and the self-employed at a competitive rate. Dial 0800 003355 or visit any of our branches nationwide today to turn your dream into reality with a Fidelity Bank loan. Terms and conditions apply. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
Fidelity. If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I need your side, Fidelity.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Hello, welcome to the Tuesday edition of the Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Akosia Ochre. The details now. Global oil giant Trafigura has issued a formal petition to Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, pressing for the immediate settlement of a $134 million judgment debt. While the conglomerate has warned that it may move to seize Ghanaian assets in South Africa if the debt remains unpaid. Here's more in this report.
This comes after Trafigura took control of Regina House, one of Ghana's key commercial properties in London, as a result of the government's failure to honor the payment. The judgment debt stems from the 2018 termination of a power purchase agreement, leading to a protracted legal battle. For over 4 years, Trafigura has pursued the government for payments culminating in a U.S. court ruling that awarded the company an additional $111.4 million in interest, which also remains unsettled. In its petition submitted to the Finance Ministry on September 23, Trafigura expressed frustration over the prolonged delays in resolving the matter despite multiple rounds of negotiations. The firm reiterated its demand for immediate payment and signaled readiness for further legal action should the government fail to comply.
That was Neti Ajahu of the Citi Business Desk bringing us that report. Now, latest data from the Ghana Statistical Service indicates that Ghana recorded a trade surplus of 5.4 billion cedis in the second quarter of 2024. Well, although this marks a significant development for the country's economy, it however represents a decline compared to the trade surplus of 11.5 billion cedis in the first quarter of 2024. For the second quarter this year, specifically, a total of 64.2 billion cedis worth of goods were exported, while 58.8 billion cedis worth of goods were imported. Now, here's government statistician Professor Samuel Kobina Inim giving highlights from the quarter two trade statistics.
Quarter 2024, the total trade value was 123 billion Ghana cedis, comprising 64.2 billion in exports and 58.8 billion in imports. Trade surplus has been recorded for the third consecutive time, although the value was more than halved from 11.5 billion Ghana cedis to 5.4 billion Ghana cedis between the first two quarters of 2024. The dominance of gold as the main export commodity has been further consolidated with an increase in its share of about 10.0 percentage points, specifically from 47.5% to 57.6% between the second quarter of 2023 and the second quarter of 2024.
Well, meanwhile, export value of cocoa products decreased by about 4 billion cedis between the second quarter and the first quarter of 2024.
The export value of cocoa product decreased by 4.0 billion Ghana cedis between the second quarter of 2024 and the first quarter of 2024. China remains Ghana's main origin of imported commodities with a dominance in 5 of the 10 product classifications. United Arab Emirates for the first time has surpassed Switzerland as Ghana's main gold destination. Year-on-year export and import price changes for the second quarter 2024 were 40.5% and 18.9% respectively for exports and imports. Nominal trade values have more than doubled in the last 3 years, but real values have recorded marginal increases over the same period.
That was government statistician Professor Samuel Kobina Inim. Now, the Bank of Ghana has revealed that data providers submitted an average of 21.2 million loan records to credit bureaus each month in 2023, marking a staggering 455% rise from the 3.8 million records recorded or reported in 2022. Well, this finding was disclosed in the Central Bank's 2023 Annual Credit Reporting Activity Report. There's more in this News Desk report.
99% of these submissions comprise data on individual borrowers, highlighting a shift in focus towards consumer lending. The surge is largely attributed to the enhanced reporting of digital loan data to credit bureaus. Savings and loans companies, along with finance houses, top the chart for submitting individual loan data, outpacing banks and microfinance institutions. When it came to business loans, however, banks led the pack, accounting for 67.6% of all business-related submissions, a trend consistent with previous years. The Bank of Ghana in the report noted a marked increase in individual loan submissions by rural banks and microfinance firms, but a notable dip in their business loan data. This points to a growing emphasis among specialized deposit-taking institutions on payroll lending and digital loans rather than traditional business lending.
Emmanuel Opon brought us that report. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, has emphasized the need to incorporate nuclear power into Ghana's energy mix as a strategic move to alleviate the high cost of electricity faced by industries. All this call comes amidst growing concerns over energy tariffs that have hindered industrial growth and competitiveness. While speaking at the closing ceremony of 2024 edition of the Ghana Industrial Summit and Exhibition, President of AGI, Dr. Humphrey Yimdake, highlighted that the current energy landscape, dominated by thermal and hydropower, needs to be augmented to meet the increasing energy demands of Ghana's industrial sector.
Today we want to bring back nuke as part of our energy mix, and it's one of the deliberations going on strongly. So that deliberate action then, which has not materialized till date, are part of our challenges, and to you and myself, that is our charge, to be deliberate and create and make sure the spine that propels energy has the component of competitiveness and cost. And then to the new era, we have the thermal, we have the gas, and now we are seeking to do nuclear to complement the hydro, which was built many years ago. So it is very evident that energy and our partnership with VRA and its associates is the spine to industrialization.
Dr. Humphrey Yimdake is president of the Association of Ghana Industries. So meanwhile, the Minister of State at the Energy Ministry, Herbert Krapa, has emphasized the need to address energy deficits while Ghana leverages on AFTA to boost its industrialization efforts. Chief Executive Officer of the Petroleum Commission, Egbert Feibel Jr., spoke on behalf of the minister.
As we work to transform our economic fundamentals, we must address key challenges such as limited technological capacities, inadequate skilled labor, high input cost, energy deficits, low productivity, and weak capital markets. Ignoring these issues could undermine our progress. We need robust cross-cultural policy and regulatory reforms, as well as fiscal market development to achieve sustainable consumption and production at all levels. The African Continental Free Trade Area represents the world's largest free trade zone by participant countries. It creates a market of over 1.3 billion people across 55 nations with a combined GDP of approximately $4 trillion. The significance of AFTA, headquartered here in Accra, Ghana, cannot be overstated. We must leverage this opportunity to drive our industrial evolution.
Chief Executive Officer of the Petroleum Commission, Egbert Feibel Jr., speaking there. Wrapping up the Tuesday edition of the City Business News on Eyewitness News, I'm Akusia Autry. Do stay with us. Up next is Point Blank.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Electroland Ghana Limited is back with a massive back-to-school promo. Visit EGL showrooms and authorized dealer stores across Ghana for best offers on Samsung, Media, TCL, and NASCO products. Get a free portable audio speaker with the 50-inch NASCO Android UHD Smart TV for just 4,999 Ghana cedis. NASCO AC starting 3,699 Ghana cedis with free air cooler. Experience UHD 4K Smart Android TV with TCL for 6,499 Ghana cedis and receive a free electric kettle. Cook up a storm with the Media 20-liter solo microwave for only 999 Ghana cedis and say no to cold meals. Get a free cake mixer with the 4-burner Media gas cooker. Call 0503-159-739 for more information. Electroland Ghana Limited, home of electronics and appliances. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protection sector. And what they boss my mind says be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Africa is growing. Africa is connecting through trade, business, family, and the knowledge we acquire across borders. Africa is becoming one continent without borders. Own it with GCB Bank using PAPS, the one money transfer that connects us all. Available in Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Guinea, Gambia, Kenya, Djibouti, and Zimbabwe. PAPS, making it possible to send money instantly across Africa, faster, safer, cheaper. For more information, visit any GCB branch or call toll-free 0800 422 422. GCB, your bank for life.
Are you searching for a world-class conferencing facility to elevate your next event? Do you need a bougie look for that all-important corporate, board meeting, or private social event? The Alisa Hotel Pavilion at Northridge. Our expansive conference center comfortably seats 1,000 persons in a theater-style setup. This makes it ideal for large conferences and exhibitions. Where there is the need to break out, the conference center seamlessly converts into 2 separate breakout rooms. With the importance of seamless technology integration, our facilities are equipped to support your audiovisual needs. Looking for an oasis of bliss? Saunter into our Oasis Lounge and enjoy your juicy lamb chops, steaks, and burgers. We have alfresco dining for nature lovers in our lush manicured lawns. The Alisa Hotel Pavilion, where great minds convene and beautiful memories are created.
Hey, is that Kuku? Hey, you've grown into a big boy, oh!
Even Momo is 15 years old.
It still feels like yesterday when we were fumbling with cash and worrying about the way money moves.
Say it again. Now I send money to my AC in the village, pay bills, save money, loans so kakra, investment kakra, at the Momo
shit. How do you think I get the small coins from my bugger pack?
To celebrate 15 years of Momo, you too can win awesome prizes in the Momo F15 Rewards promo. Just download the new My Momo app, continue to transfer and make payments, and you could be one of the 15 lucky winners of 15,000 Ghana cedis and 150 lucky winners of 1,500 Ghana cedis each. So, Ghana, keep celebrating Momo at 15. Offer runs from now till November. T's and C's apply.
MTN.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight on Point Blank, we're taking it to the House of Parliament. Today, the Minister for Youth and Sports and MP for Yaba Kubori, Mustafa Yusuf, appeared before the House Committee to answer questions in relation to how $3 million was expended in an unsuccessful AFCON bid. There was a petition that was sent by a group of journalists, including Sadiq Obama. So I want you to listen to exactly what transpired there today.
The regulation, the LI, legislative instrument for the National Sports Authority. And in that regulations, we have put in black and white that every sports facility that is going to be happening should be satisfied, should get certification and standards from the National Sports Authority. And you know the National Sports Authority have this capacity to be able to do so. So your fears are laid, taken care of. Apart from that, these facilities that have been put together, most of them have their lifespan, and the way also we maintain them is also another challenge. And those challenges have been identified. We have asked the National Sports Authority to engage all these managers of this astroturf to ensure that the maintenance, they maintain them well so that they can serve the purpose for which they were put up.
Yeah, definitely. I'm aware with the help of the committee, we were able to put together, your ministry was able to put together the LI, which got matured some few months ago. Going forward. Now, can you give me an answer to this simple question? Because a lot of people are asking this. What thoughts went into the initial idea to camp our stars in South Africa pre-AFCON?
Mr. Chairman, that question should be given to the FA. What I know is that the ministry insisted that we should camp in Ghana because we are going to have the game in Côte d'Ivoire, and the FA agreed with the ministry, and we did camp in Ghana.
So, for some time now, is there any plan by the ministry to ensure that you have facilities for camping of our stars anytime they are preparing for a tournament, without necessarily going out? I'm aware of a few, in fact, a wonderful work being done by the FA with the help of, okay, so No, I am aware, please, if you are here, no. I am aware the role of government is key in this matter, right? The role of government is key in this matter. I'm aware FIFA is also trying, in fact, supporting the GFA to do a few things. So you would then have to let me know, or let the committee know, maybe the breakdown of the resources you have channeled into that project. So we are interested in knowing how much money has gone into all of that.
All right, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Chairman, we will let you know later.
My next question was going to be,
what I mentioned earlier is that when I was responding to my colleague question of the revenue that we have received, I did mention this. So I don't know why, if you want a documentary letters that shows how much has been, like the approvals from Chief of Staff, we will make provision for it. There was a component of the prize money that government have decided that the FA should use to put up facilities for camping. And like I mentioned, the shortcut has been done. And very soon we'll have these hotels, facilities, and pitches for our national teams. And as we speak, in fact, all the junior national teams are camping in Pram Pram.
Very well. Now let us look at some financials of AFCON, because a lot of people seem to be asking questions about that. When you submitted, I think you mentioned you spent a total of 3 million in effect for the 11 days stay in Côte d'Ivoire. Do you have the breakdown here? Can we share with us? Because somebody worked it out and was saying that about $300,000 per day was what was spent. $300,000 per day.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, when it comes to our national team, it is important for us to know that our national team is almost 100% foreign-based players. And when you call them for a duty, you need to fly them on business class to wherever you want them. And in this case, one of the major components of the expenditure was to make sure that we fly the flight cost of all our team, including the technical team, to Ghana. And the breakdown, I'll give you the breakdown soon. We also have per diem. Once they come during or they come for the camping period, the period that they are supposed to camp, you need to give them per diem to be able to stay and be able to buy petty things like credit to call their families, because once they come straight to camp. So the players are paid per diem, and these per diems are paid during the pre-camping period and also during the games period. Then also we have accommodation. Accommodation, you have during the camping period, you need to get hotels that these players and the technical team are going to stay in. And these hotels are not going to take, and we know the cost of hotels in Ghana, and the cost, there is also cost associated with accommodation, both the camping period and even the main tournament. The main tournament, why? Because CAF give a certain number that CAF will absorb. So when you go extra above that number, you need to make provision for accommodation as well. So it's also a cost. That's it. Apart from this, once they come, we need to feed them. So feeding is a major component also with the cost that we're given. Then we have medicals. Medicals is also one that is very critical. And also you have cost components for medicals. Then you have qualification. So what we do is that based on their qualification, for example, when they are playing for the World Cup, if they are supposed to get $10,000 for winning a match to be able to qualify, what we have instituted is to make sure that they get only 50% of that. Then once they qualified, we give them the rest of the 50. So we call it qualification bonus. So there's also qualification bonus that we normally pay. Then also, once they came here, we did a campaign here. We needed to also play a friendly match, because one of the reasons why normally you see our countries going to camp outside is to get a neighboring team, a very good team to also do a country to be able to play, so that you'll be able to prepare yourself for this thing. And in this case, we're able to play a team here in Ghana. And because we play them here, we have to pay for their flights from their base here, because luckily for us, they camped in Ghana as well. So normally you should have even flew them from their country if it is you at your call. But in this case, they came to camp here, so we have to fly them from here to Kumasi and fly them back, and also accommodate them, because it's as our call. So it's also part of the expenditure. Then our team, once they are here and they are going to Côte d'Ivoire, you have to charter a flight, and that flight comes at a cost. Apart from you flying all of them business class, and when they are going to go business class, you also have to charter a flight here and take them to their base. And when they finish, you get a flight to bring them back. So those are the cost components.
Before you go on, yes, at that point, what's the role of CAF? Is CAF not providing means to get to?
To the best of my knowledge, CAF don't provide, it's the state that provided.
No, for the team. I'm
talking about the team. The team.
The team to
yes,
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yes, is the
from the country to Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
It's borne by the country, not CAF.
CAF, not CAF.
Is this actuals?
No, these are actuals. Yes, I will table it. I will table it to the committee.
Because I hear qualification bonus. I don't know where we qualified.
Oh, normally you play, for example, as you speak, we are playing our qualification bonus, our qualification matches for the tournament in Morocco.
So the qualified
series.
Okay.
So when you call
it's qualification from group stages.
No.
Because you didn't qualify.
Yes, no, we qualify for the tournament. Okay. So, for example, when we're going to Qatar, we play series of matches, sometimes 8 matches. Ideally, you should be paying them $10,000 for every win. Winning bonus. But we said no, we are not going to be able to be paying you that $10,000. You may pay $10,000 for about 3 matches, and they'll go, they don't qualify, the state loses. You don't get the opportunity to go. So we will hold on some, so that when you qualify, we'll give you some. When you qualify, we'll give you the rest. So we call it qualification bonus for the tournament. So, Mr. Chairman, that is it. These are the components, and I will give you a copy.
Very well. So you will be giving us details about that for us to peruse, and if there are issues, we'll still be inviting you to come and assist the committee for further clarifications on that. There's this funny thing that I'm sure my colleagues even ask questions about, and it's been raging on for some time now. And it's been an issue with regards to the fact that Ghana, we've been more or less, in fact, if I think I should not be making any mistake, that we are a football nation in our own right, in terms of what we have achieved over the years. And one basic, very basic, I call it, is approval for a pitch on which we can play a Category 3 match. And why we are suffering from this, I don't know, and it's so amazing. As we speak now, CAF hasn't approved any pitch in Ghana yet. Is that correct?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, you know, prior to our playoff with Nigeria, we had an issue before the COVID. National teams were to present the dressing room component for. We spent that, one of the issues that bothers a lot of Ghanaians, like all of us, ordinary Ghanaians, which we are all concerned, has to do with the way we spend more attention to our blasters as compared to the other teams. So you have, like I mentioned, you have the satellites, you have the meteors, you have the starlets.
Please mention the women too.
You have the princess. The princesses, Colombia. You have the princesses, you have the queens, and you have the maidens, the black maidens, all of them. Anytime that there is tournament, whether it is qualification for any tournament on the African continent, or whether it is a qualification for any tournament globally. So when I say global, whether it's a World Cup or it is a African Cup of Nations, they first submit their budget. We sit down and agree with the budget. Where we have challenges, we indicate. Then we all agree. But once we agree, on the government side, we'll make sure that everything is provided. The black princesses, for example, recently just exited the World Cup in Colombia. They were in camp in Pram Pram. The FA requested for us to be transferred so that they can be able to play competitions in Cape Coast. We gave them the opportunity, government funded, and ensured that they were camped about 3 weeks or so. 3 weeks or so in Cape Coast. Then from there, they were brought back to Accra again. They were in Labadi for another 1 week before their departure to Colombia. When they were going, we made sure that everything that is needed in terms of their flights to go, in terms of their per diem to go, in terms of their outstanding bonuses, everything was paid for them. Everything. So when it comes to, we don't discriminate at all when it comes to our national team. We don't. As government, we ensure that we provide equitable resources to all our national team, not even only football, to the other sporting disciplines. For example, the Olympic Games that just ended, Ghana was represented. The government ensured that the team that went, they needed resources that they needed for them to be able to camp and go for the competition. Was done. The para team, the same thing. So we don't discriminate at all when it comes to sport development. We ensure that, because we know that God-given talent is not everybody that is endowed with football talent. Some are endowed with boxing. And I know you are very good athletes. You can run, and here you are a very good 100-meter runner. So and you still chair our committee. So, Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah, colleagues. So, the policy of making sure that we have these sports facilities, whether private or government or anything, the most important thing is that before His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we have only 3, whether private or government, as we speak, in Ghana, by the facilitation of government. We have gotten private people, we have gotten government agencies, we have gotten the central government put up more than 166, and there are more still ongoing. So the good news is that once these are completed, like I mentioned, a lot of young people will have these facilities and be able to use and train so that we can develop more talent when it comes to football.
Are you aware that the decision by a lot of the private entities to put up these sporting facilities in their communities were taken long before your coming into office?
I'm not aware.
Okay, so then, on this occasion, I want to help you by saying that you review your statements. There are a number of them that have been built.
Does not also stop the fact that government is working with the private sector to develop them. So I know where you are landing.
So the issue is this: the issue of government facilitating, should it be a comprehensive one? It shouldn't, in the sense that a lot of the privately built astroturfs had been done long before what you guys did. Now,
so you heard the Minister for Sports there, Yusuf Mustafa, speaking in Parliament when he appeared to answer questions on how much was expended on the Blasters, $3 million, and how that was expended in that failed AFCON campaign. That'll be for Eyewitness News tonight. My name is Umaru Sandamado. I did this with Akosia Autry, production by Kwabena Wilson and Sami Wiafi. Emmanuel Lati helped us with technical production, and Edwin Kwakofi did new media production. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Thank you for listening. Have a good night.